Hello everyone, I'm Clockwoman, and in this video we are going to discuss a SKIBIDI Toilet Multiverse episode 13. And to be honest with you, it is maybe the most shocking episode that I see in SKIBIDI Toilet Multiverse, because what you are going to see is just unacceptable. And I can't believe what Elite Clockmen do in this episode. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then just watch this video until the end, to not miss the craziest and most epic episode of all time. But before we get into the episode, if you don't want to miss out on leaks and analysis, subscribe and like the video. And if we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be so happy. Anyway, let's go. The episode starts with the big drill man, who is digging his way to somewhere with other drill man and cameraman. And we can see that they are somewhere underground, but then a big drill man loses his armor plate. And without it, he cannot dig any further. But then the drill man picks up his armor and puts it back on the big drill man. And he takes the drill off of him and he's gonna repair it too. And the cameraman shows us that we have to go higher. And drill man is done and he repairs the drill and he puts it back on drill man. And then he goes up, and others too. And then we see a big battlefield. And we see a lot of SKIBIDI toilets and others, and they fight. And we also see Titan Drill Man. And I wanna give props to Dom Studio. They created this in just like 2 days. This is very cool. But anyway, our character moves forward and gets hit by SKIBIDI Toilet with a bat. And then he hits us with his foot, and then we fall down and SKIBIDI Toilet tries to strangle us with a bat. But then spears go through his head and we see cameraman who saved us. But unfortunately, he dies from a rocket. He was a real hero. Let's not forget him and his sacrifice. And then we grab the bat from dead SKIBIDI Toilet and go hit with this bat another SKIBIDI Toilet with military hat. And this is funny because we use SKIBIDI Toilet weapons to kill other SKIBIDI Toilets. But anyway, we flush this SKIBIDI Toilet, and then a new SKIBIDI Toilet comes with a minigun, and he starts shooting at us. But we make it and we take cover. But unfortunately, another cameraman dies from SKIBIDI Toilet. We look up to see what's going on, and we see this Titan Drill Man step on SKIBIDI Toilet, and Titan Drill Man sees other big SKIBIDI Toilet and goes to eliminate him. And then camera zooms in, and we see a sign, SKIBIDI Laboratory Base 4. So the whole mission was that they were trying to reach this laboratory to find the secrets that were in this laboratory. But what we find in this lab is super scary and shocking. So watch this video till the end, to not miss it. And if this is a lab number 4, that means there are other labs out there, like lab number 1 or 2. And maybe in future episodes we can learn more about SKIBIDI toilets and their history and how to defeat them. And I forgot to mention this, but it's now morning in episode 13. There was a nighttime in episode 12. So the time between episode 12 and 13 is like 8 hours. And then we come out of cover and run to this lab. We also see how Titan Drill Man is taking care of this SKIBIDI toilet. And we actually see some kind of logo on him. I think this is logo from this lab. But then a car crashes into us, and we take a ride with a SKIBIDI toilet, and we see an epic scene where Titan Drill Man destroys a tower, and we turn around and see an explosive barrel, and if we get crushed, that will be the end. And we don't find what's inside this lab, and we see that even SKIBIDI Toilet is jumping out of this car. But then who is driving this car? But it doesn't matter, and we jump out of this car too, and then we see a big explosion, and we move forward, and we see other SKIBIDI Toilets fighting with Speaker Man, but then flying SKIBIDI Toilet falls down, and we see a clear path. We have to keep moving forward, but as we run, we see a female SKIBIDI Toilet. I don't remember seeing a female SKIBIDI Toilet in older episodes. But then she gets crushed by Speaker Man, and then we see that we're almost at our destination point. But another SKIBIDI Toilet is blocking our way. He's moving forward, but then something hits his head, and again, and again, and again. And we see a plunger on him. Maybe that's a plunger man from the original SKIBIDI toilets, and he's frozen. And then we see a cameraman that inside SKIBIDI Toilet, and then he destroys this SKIBIDI Toilet. And I must say that this SKIBIDI camera is very powerful. This is the first time we see a frozen abilities in SKIBIDI Toilet Multiverse. But anyway, let's continue. And finally, we made it to the lab with other Speaker Man, and we see that a big Speaker Man is already inside this lab. And he closes the door, and here we are in the secret lab. And what we can see in this lab, first, a blackboard where the days are marked, and I'm counting all the days, and we have a 144 days marked. But what does this mean? The number 144 is actually an angel number that has a strong connection with divine love and a reminder to align your actions with your spiritual purpose. But to be honest, it's still a little confusing, but I think you remember that in previous episode in the end, someone teleported, and that something is even glowing. And I say in previous video that maybe this is some sort of angel, and maybe this angel will help to destroy SKIBIDI toilets. But anyway, we see a jaw on the table and other instruments, Maybe they're trying to develop a new Skibidi toilet with a big jaw that can chew everything, like maybe Armor Titan Speaker Man. But then we see a Skibidi toilet with shockers, and he paralyzes a big Speaker Man. On my previous video about leaks of episode 13, when we see this picture, I thought this was some kind of machine, not Skibidi toilet. Now I feel kind of stupid. But anyway, then he's trying to reach us, but then a big arrow goes through him, and I think you can tell who that is, and then the arrow disappears. And yeah, that's Elite Clockman and ISO Toilet. Then he shows that everything is okay, but then a Speaker Man finds something scary. A Skibidi apocalypse. If you don't know, the Skibidi toilet is actually a virus that infects people and then they become a Skibidi toilet. And I think that this document is telling how to make all world turn into Skibidi toilets. And that's actually scary. I can imagine if Skibidi toilets was in real life. But anyway, he closes this and tells us that something important in this document, but then he got killed. But who killed him? All Skibidi toilets are dead and there's no one between our character and Elite Clockman. And yes, this was Elite Clockman. I think that this is a top 1 anime betrayal of all time. And then he's killing our character with his new tentacles that he does not show us in previous episodes. And if you look closely in this scene, then we can see that ISO toilet saying, "No spoilers." I think that this document have a scenario inside of Skibidi Toilet's multiverse, and we fall down, and then we see a flying cursor, and yes, this is Moby, a YouTuber that making videos about Skibidi toilets, and then ISO Toilet burns the document with his ability. But why they doing this? Why they kill other Speaker Man and burn this document? I'll talk about that a little later. And in my previous video about leaks of episode 13, we are guessed, what ability does ISO Toilet have? And here we see his ability, but then ISO Toilet is slowly goes to us and then leaning, and we can see on his screen, sorry, and then kills us. And this is the end of episode 13. I'm shocked, and this is the most epic episode, I would say. And maybe you wonder, that Elite Clockman is actually a traitor? Or maybe others were actually a traitors? I think that no one of them is actually a traitor, but because the secret that held in this document is so serious, that no one should know about this, and if they know about this, then they should die. Because even ISO Toilet is saying no spoilers. The trio wants no spoilers. I guess the future episodes will be hell apocalyptic, since the document is called Skibidi Apocalypse. And this theory actually confirms because ISO Toilet says, sorry when he kills us, like he doesn't want to kill us at all. And also, if you remember, but when ISO Toilet and Elite Clockman were introduced, there was a Morse code behind them that said friends. And I love the fact that the Morse code on the episode where Elite Clockman and ISO appeared foreshadowed their betrayal on that ep. But of course, that doesn't mean they're actually traitors. Or maybe this is crazy. But what if Elite Clockman is actually a main antagonist and will be the final boss of Skibidi Toilet Multiverse? What do you think about it? Write in the comments. And that's all for secrets. Maybe I missed something. Write in the comments. And if you have your theories, write them in the comments too. I'm very interested to read, subscribe, and leave a like. Bye.